Hello, dear beloved viewers of WCA TV. We welcome you. By names of I'm your gift whisper, and I'll give chance to my dear colleagues to introduce themselves. Thank you.
I'm Jolly. Thank you.
I'm the Abra.
I'm Don. Thank you.
So today we shall be discussing about abortion. In simple terms, we shall be talking about what is abortion, what are the causes of abortion, the consequences involved in abortion, and the possible solutions of how we can overcome abortion. So in simple terms, what is abortion? Abortion is the forceful removal of the fetus before it's up to time. So I'll allow my colleagues intervene and talk about what leads to abortion. Of course, we know each and everything has its own advantages and disadvantages. So I think we shall start with what are the possible causes of abortion. Jolly Joy.
Possible causes of abortion. To me, there are very many possible causes of abortion. And one, there is nuisance of the guy, stupidity. That's what I think. The next one I think is, negligence and discrimination, in the family members. Because many people who are about are youths at their age, 16, 18, something. So she feels like as if she's not comfortable to be in the family. Maybe even I think some people fear to be ashamed in life because of the sins they made, as if someone sent them.
I'll intervene in a little bit. You talked about nuisance of a girl. So can you explain it? Can you give us more light of how a girl's
Okay. Let me say the nuisance of a girl.
Yes.
A girl is pregnant and is the only thing that comes in the mind. Even some of them say, when I get pregnant, even before getting pregnant, I'll just abort. So that nuisance and stupidity in their brains going into the practice, knowing that even if I become pregnant, the only solution is abortion. That is nuisance. Stupidity.
Can't you just tell me because
I can't even term it as ignorance. Give the word ignorance, it's less. Because ignorance is like something else to nuisance. That is a high level of stupidity, not ignorance.
So when you talk about nuisance of a girl or a girl's stupidity, don't you think boys are also part of this? And let me give you an example. A boy has made me pregnant. Then boom, I approach him. I'm like, hey, I'm pregnant. I'm 1 month pregnant. And he's like, Mama, if I have So is it still the girl's stupidity or the boy's?
It's fine when I tell you also the desire.
Yes.
That is also my stupidity as a problem. But when I set a muza to tuzan, I've not sent you to abort.
Hey,
there are very many single mothers.
What do you expect me to do? There's no I'm going to go and tell my parents, hey, I'm pregnant, mom, dad, I'm pregnant, and the boy is not willing to take responsibility of it. Yeah. Like what will I tell the kid? But hey, daddy, oh, you're funny, so
Yeah. It doesn't need to
So
explain.
you support the single mothers?
I'm not. I
That's
don't support.
stupidity of boys. No, that's it.
I'm on his side.
Okay.
There's no way you can be like that. Because the father has refused to live up to his responsibility for that, that it gives you all the reason in the world for you to abort.
What should I do?
No, at that point you just need to to first sit down, regroup, repurpose, and then you think about what you want. Because abortion has very many negative effects in the future, rather than just being short-sighted and myopic at that point. You're just trying to erase the problem. You know, running away from the problem doesn't solve it.
Great.
It just creates more problems. That's why it gives the problem a chance to grow. So if you're like, you know what, let me abort, what if you die? All because of that. But you know, you can
But
actually
it's
successfully give
God
birth.
is
No,
will.
wait.
But
Let
you
me
can
give us,
also-
let me talk about this. I'm home.
Mhm.
I'm not working. Like we are poor. I'm coming from a humble family background. You know? And the guy has made me pregnant. I'm like, I'm looking at things like, I'm like, now my mom is pregnant. My mom is there. She has no money. I'm pregnant. I'm going to become another burden. The boy is not willing, you know. Like I see it as adding people more stress. Adding people like should I say? You're adding on people's burdens. You get.
So me, what I think about that is that there are places like San Baby's home. If you're not ready, or if you're not ready to take care of the child, you know, you can actually go there and you give them your child, but you sign and be like, this child is out of my custody. I should never come at any one point say that I'm the mother and I want the child. So I think that is a better way to approach things. That in case say you cannot take care of the child and your parents cannot take care of the child, you can go to like those baby homes.
But we're increasing the population. Thus, we're increasing the burden. Because they beg people twina abana bamulekwa bichi and
No, they do not beg because they are under charity. You'd be like, I've never seen any advertisement.
But still, when you sit there, you just imagine. You're like, now what will I do during this last period? Remember, because you need to go for those maternity what? How do we call them? Like you need to attend those antenatal. Thank you so much. You need to you need to go for antenatal services, right? So remember those things incurring money. You have to invest. You assume you have to give in some transport. You're supposed to spend some transport. You're supposed to eat. You know, you're broke. You're home. Your parents are also there.
But no, there is no excuse in that. You are from a humble background, yes. Then you know that you are from a humble background. Why become strict to the extent of
Assuming
engaging things?
you've been maybe going to a certain hospital, then boom, 10 comes, you have to do it. You're taken to another hospital, they're like, you have to do it.
To that extent, I think you get, even if you're very poor, yeah?
Yes.
When you are going for the operation, there is no hospital that is going to tell you, first sign this, let me say, first give us this money, because it is emergency. They operate, then you pay after the operation. That means you've been saved your life.
You see, with this regard of ours, there are some hospitals that will still ask you to first deposit some money.
I think you have to first sign that I will pay the costs in
and where will you get the money from?
You can't, it does not give you, there is nothing on this planet Earth that gives you an excuse of killing. Because that is killing.
I have no
Yes,
money.
it's killing, but there are some situations that really push you to the wall. And you're left with no option. You're like, I gave birth to this kid, oh my God. Like, what will the kid feed on? There's a scenario that usually happens like in women, then boom, you can't maybe produce enough breast milk to the kid. And is it that continent, it's called what? The milk for babies. A continent is costing something like 70K.
That's why I say that if you cannot take care of the baby, sometimes you give birth to the baby, there are other alternatives. You can always give the baby. They're up for adoption or something like that. If yourself you can't take care of the child,
Yes.
you can always go and then you offer the child for adoption.
But omutima gwa mama guba
No.
but at least like the child tanda, I don't know, like tanda creating
If I tell you're saying boo, then why do you abort? Haven't you seen scenarios where surrogate mothers happen to do it just because they need to earn money, and when they happen to earn money, they still want to claim back their children?
Yeah, I have seen that, but then if you know, you get that love. Because when you talk to let me say, on the option of Dawn, some I think you can go there and even sign before even giving birth.
Yeah.
That's what I think. So it is their cost, but everything, the care, where you're going to give birth from, the hospitals, they pay each and every bill. So there is no reason, as maybe what you can tell me, maybe, and they are reachable. You can't tell me that you can't reach them. Their numbers are toll free. You can't tell me you failed even to call. A toll free number? Seriously? I can't imagine.
Okay. So I think don't giving us an option of maybe taking the kid.
Yeah.
To something maybe we can go with that. So another cause of abortion, we're also having generation gap. What's generation gap? This is where we see the young see the elders as outdated, or maybe they're not free with them, they don't interact freely with them. I'll give an example of children and their parents. There comes like this situation, I think in 100% it's happening. Like there's a percentage of 80% where children are not free with their parents. And this is where a kid happens to get pregnant. And it's like, oh, mommy, this and this, You just wake up in the morning.
Trying not to blame the parents.
No, I'm not blaming the parents. I'm not blaming the parents. Because it's also our own responsibilities to be free with our parents. But there also comes a situation where our parents are busy with work, And remember, like, should I say, like, hey, when I boyfriend, maybe you've lied to your parent. You're like, hey, mommy, like, well, yeah, you get some, your mom thinks, your dad thinks, and then boom, you happen to get pregnant. Because you're not free with your parent, you get, hey, like, mommy, get pregnant. You know the reaction the parent is going to give you. Water to the dumb, hey, mommy, dad, get pregnant. Because I'm not navigating, and you're like, now, the only option I'm left with now
is abortion.
Just because you're not free with your parents, just because of that generation gap, you're not free with your parents, you fear your parents, you're afraid of them. You're like, how will I look at them? Like, you fear mom and dad chasing you out of the house. You're like,
that is not a reason. That is not a reason.
It's a reason.
It's a reason.
That is not a reason.
And a very big reason.
It's a reason.
No.
No, yeah.
Actually, it's not even shame. Me
Even
fearing.
shame.
Me fearing.
Fear.
That's a very big
You guys,
reason.
you are the people who do like this. You go into something without even calculating the circumstances, the outcomes, and everything. So you want to tell me you lied to your mom from the beginning, not knowing that lies do not last. We all know that.
Yes, lies do not last.
Yeah. But then, whose fault is it? That is the spirit I was talking about earlier.
Remember, contraceptive pills. I might go there. I'm like, hey, after doing my stuff, come on, make an emergency pill. Take an example of Mizepil pill. Because there are various cases of that. Well, I have a colleague that you call a pill. You get. I also wonder this paragama.
Yes.
No. That's not it. Listen. You people, the consequences. We're similar pill on that focus break. You get. Pharmacy pill. It's not no, it's not that. It just happens. My God, it will take it down.
Please, what don't you take?
It's
That's an
accident.
accident. That's an accident.
There's a difference between dating and being married. You get when I'm married, like we have done our things together, made a feel. Our family can't do but one more here. Because our boyfriend will get me up on the wake up and say, and the one here can do so. That's your collar. You get nothing will show if the second and why do you movie color cherry coming.
Good. Now, Rispa, let Amina try to defend us for today. You going for sex, dating, each and every day, everywhere we go, they tell us, if you not, let me say, is it at the time of getting married? Even the religions talk about it. Then why do you go for sex? Unprotected sex.
No, I have protected myself. I have, but it has.
You're talking about unprotected
it's
sex.
an accident.
Listen.
Not like unprotected
What is Hava
sex.
saying?
Unprotected sex. That is like bare sex and something like protected. You can use condom, you can use the pills. All those are protecting things. But then big gun, like
Good
big gun,
advice,
big gun.
good advice,
So what should I do? The only thing is to abort. Because I have to study. I can't face my parents that I'm pregnant. Okay, parents might be chilla, but the neighbors, they'll be like,
And if you feel ashamed, then stop it.
Listen,
no,
protected
not
sex.
stopping it. I have to
hear.
protect myself.
Busma protected sex, Busma Tanu.
So you go with the saying now you need to come here.
Mbo, things are better too. Things are better too. The truth be told, telling you.
So
Never get up to me rango with the Tabinaba.
Listen, the Sigana. Sigana. Sex. Man, no sex before marriage. Look at your organic sex before marriage. You want to kind of say that I can't away. Okay, that's all.
But that doesn't mean that you should do it. Now, let me tell you, you do not know what is there in the future. Now, right now, you even don't know the man you're going to get married to. So why are you having such a mentality, such a mindset that has already blurred you? I see that as an excuse. And in case it happens, someone talked about God's plan. So if it's God's plan, why are you going ahead to intervene by trying to stop that child from having a
it is
future?
God's plan.
Yeah.
No,
So,
no, like you
that
can
child
about
has
that child. Navela yo mugulu.
No. That
But the
child,
thing
no,
is-
you're preventing that child from having a future.
A bad future.
I don't-
I
who
don't
said-
want her to
Let me
suffer.
tell you,
First
your beginnings do not define your end, by the way.
I know,
Many have
but-
started from a horrible place and have ended up. You may be killing the next president of Uganda, the next person who's going
Then
to
we
make
shall
change.
get another president.
No, but the person that you may get may not be as good as the other person. You may be the one who's hindering it. And the fact that it's a miracle, you say that the person you swallowed the pill maker, so the child being there is a miracle. That's already a blessing. So you should just take care of the child and find what to do next.
And how will I
Let's
face
get
my
your
parents?
Mommy, I'm to know daddy, I'm to know
Mami amutunuli dot.
And what will the child
Why
eat?
can't you come face to face and take away that fear? By the way, we have counselors. Do not tell me that it is not a must I know to come in front of your parents, sit down, say blah 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 blah. No. If you know you cannot do it, chill it. Go to a counselor, call a counselor or someone else you know is related to the mom, what and what. Talk to that person. Lightly. The person you don't fear. That person will come to the parents, you know what? Mama Gund, this and this and this and this.
No,
Kama mama
parents
yuko na ngazi
will be
kwenye
no.
mganga.
No, it's like this. Parents
Oh,
will be
mzada
power.
wafita wanu mwavo mugaba mama adiru. Ngatola na tima layo.
Mhm.
Luyi.
So does that mean about that is the
No,
everything else
parents
is-
would be fine, but then the people surrounding.
Ogwa kutaka
How
na
will
kuwa
I see
kwenye
your
jada
parents,
was
eh?
like choo out of my.
No, someone aborting, no one will know, right? So you've kept someone's respect, but the devil like the respect against the if you are pregnant.
Era kwamba kafana ni mama o ngayegerera abana babendi. Muteye panka lera akana ke kafunye oloboto.
Mhm.
kepanga ako mama wenga yakulembera atuza ne meeting abakudumiza ati mwana wangu ninoza
Bibawo, let's do it like this. All around the world, you see, abana basinga okwononeka. They are preachers' children, pastors' children, the father's children, and so on. Isn't it? And those people, no, seriously, we are seeing, and the abantu when they are like two people. Bameka when when they are from the preacher's family, maybe the pastors, the fathers, the pastor, what, they are very few. You get who are in the right marriage. Some of them are about what and what. Say it. Look at Sheila Gashun. You get the father has respect, what and what, isn't it? You see, when we talk about it, we have I won't talk the name of the pastor. Is there near Kawala there? You get the daughter got pregnant and aborted. You get.
And how did
only the doctors came up and said the lady is not going to give birth again. You get it? So she had to get her from the Kaundoka Kuyetinisa marriage. You get? So when you talk about respect, many people have been disrespected on planet Earth. You get? When we talk about this child of William Shakespeare, there are very many people.
Okay.
So do not think because your mother talks a lot, it's good. That is how God has repaid your family.
Okay, leave up on the rest.
First, before we move any further, someone told about shame. You say that, how do you look at your parents?
Listen, it wasn't about shame. I think people misquoted. I was like I was like generation gap. And I was like the fear. What causes like what makes a girl?
She talked about shame.
And she was like, how do you look at your parents? And I'll tell you something is that the person you are inside is who you really are. So this is just a manifestation of who you are. So the fact that you may go and then you abort and then you pretend that's not who you are, then still in the end,
Then there's this issue of
the truth will come out.
listen. There's you being there, you're this transport girl. Your parents see you as a boyfriend tana. Wafu no yo. Tetelia mkwatiko oyo mwana yagenda letter way back yagenda osoma maleko then boom.
There is this song. Is it folk game? Kakawala. Is it?
Pastor Nyamba ndi mwana
There is that. No, there is this song. Simanyanga Kawala simanya kalokole simanya kagawa bintu and then mwekanga lubutu. You get?
It's not for
Kappa cat. You get? Those people sing about reality. You get? So even those people, Bamuna Muchachi, you see them faithful.
About that song, like Oyo Gumweka Zolbutwe, like she isn't into the things that wafuna olubuto ngagamba katonda ageze nabikola bivuddemu that but these celebrities bebamanyi mbubagaba walufunanga alusokola
and these people have yet to meet this. Bad Black has said, if Bad Black said Omana is capital, Bad Black.
Ate woino zala yo mubbi, ozala yo police officer, ozala lawyer. Nena sati na taxi omukazi was like, ozala nabana bonna we ate bange buli omu ne taata we ng'ozala bana. Ate woino zala yo mubbi, woino zala yo lawyer, woino zala yo mu police.
So that in Oriwana Bam, Tebamusiba, never Musibia, someone can go to court. That is
so.
To me, I think girls on planet Earth do not have any excuse of aborting. And there is no way you can blame. Okay.
When you talk about that, let me give you another cause.
I can be like, I have got pregnant. Nice sagala, how is it called? I don't want to
about you think that,
but then the father of the child, Agamba, no, like I can't face that. All
So
that.
single mothers do not bring up their children.
listen, another point.
No, why would you be a single mother?
Because
you
that
have
is
options.
So listen, you talked about you think girls on planet Earth don't have any excuse. So there's also the scenario that comes in that when you happen to get pregnant, you can't give birth. You either die. You either let the baby stay or you die. What
That
would
is
you do?
about you. I
No,
don't know.
it's
When
not
you're
about
giving birth,
you.
when you're giving birth, then that means
in that
on that
situation-
scenario,
Yes.
according to what I know, on that scenario, yes, no one will blame you.
Yes.
You get?
Yeah.
Now it's the doctor's will to say. I think earlier back, according to what I heard from Lago, they used to say that if it's either the husband or the parents to come and decide, either keep the child
Exactly.
or
Exactly.
it's them to decide.
No, exactly. That's the thing about abortion.
Mhm.
The man angange sigenda facing. I don't know how I'm going to face my parents. Yes, we did that thing. Let me give you the money for abortion. Oh man, no go as though you have dollars to keep her or him.
To keep that baby, and it is like this. They say omusiru takusirwazanga, isn't it? So when you come to me, I'm the boy. You've told me, you know what? I'm pregnant. And I'll be like, as they say, you're for the two. Full stop. I'm a girl. I've heard that. It hurts because it is something stupid for someone to say that. But I'm not supporting boys to say that because that is something stupid. Yes, and you've even went ahead. You've given me money to go and abort. You get? Because they say love is blind. But I think not of
Not
these
of
days.
these days.
Life of these days is not blind. That's what I know. So that means it is now my choice. The boy is giving, is investing in you the mind of aborting. But then the choice is yours. You do always have a choice on planet Earth. There is room for your choice. So it is up to you. That is why at times they say, before you even talk to someone, either first go and pray or sit somewhere very calm. Think about it. You get? Very well. Let me say, you're listening to the birds, they are singing some good songs. Not of,
Okay, let me tell you something. I can sit and be like, ngenda kujamu mwana, like as me, then the boy is all like, omwana angetoli jam. Then I can keep the child. Like, okay, there are some over aunties abategeera basobola omulira nomugamba omanyi auntie, this and this happened. But because olubuto luvayo, I think at 5 months, you can stay at home for the first 4 months. If I told you are strong, then the other 5 months, nogamba, let me be with my aunt. Then after producing, akanangoka kuba tata wako. You leave connection. Because you told me you wanted the child. I have kept the child mukuwade until you go to the police.
oh my
Baby
gosh.
check.
Oh my gosh. The law says, let's talk about the law. You, the mother, you're not supposed to leave that child
Until 7 years.
until 7 years. Not even the father is not allowed to come and pick the child from you. So that means me to go to the police, I'm protecting my child.
Then I think
Hey!
that's when I'll have to bring in Don's idea
Mm-hmm.
of taking the kid to Sunny Baby's home.
Son,
Because mzadde omwana wannange sina busobozi nze
No,
sikola.
no, the thing is, I told you I wanted to abort. You said I keep your child. Mazo keeping.
Because it's very
What's
possible, yes.
keeping?
He's a omwana and he takes me and he reports me to the police.
one go, there is this song of Kafero. Kafero say, if a hen can come up with like 7 chicks without a father.
It's really
Look at it.
so-called
Omuntu ategeera asaba n'emmere.
Listen,
A hen is
exactly.
a human being.
A hen
No,
egenda
Give me time. I'm requesting for time. The man said, "Neko omuntu ategeera asaba n'emmere." I won't say no sura. Then me I will say, you abort.
There are some courts Luna is I don't agree with them.
And it's like this. Okay, let me tell you this. God provides food to all birds on from a child.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But not in their nests.
Very true.
Very
Just
true. How?
lying.
Not in their nests.
Yeah.
You don't know how hard it is for a hen and how it, or let me say a bird, and how it practices from its being little to start flying. Even some of them fly and fall into thorns
Let me
when
tell
they're
you something.
trying.
Let me ask you something. Haven't you heard of people complaining? They're like, having a kid in Kampala is very expensive. Gakola, apandisa. Nenga still he claims being with a kid in Kampala is expensive. You know, Bamaka finally, you're broken. You know, there are some times when brokenness hits you.
Let me ask you.
You get.
Amia, let me ask you. You girls, what I know what brings you to abort at most cases. Mwewadika. To the levels, no, Amia, what you talking about, Chiriweti? Being with a kid in Kampala is expensive.
To some people.
Some people
now
for you are, because you're pregnant, now you hear.
Exactly. I have a kid. The dad is informed too. I'm informed too. Mommy never her own children. My mom is a single mother. Now what?
Let me say it like this.
When I get a chance of 200 or 100 to abort, why should
let me tell you this. I have an uncle. The uncle has 6 kids. They were in Kampala. Just near here, Kusebe. So life was too hard for them. The man had one border. Remember, all the kids that go to school. The mother is also there, and he also has to eat. Now it was like the same quote of this one. I think that it is the same quote that was in his brain. Being in Kampala is too expensive.
To some people.
To some people. Then, as they were seated down, I heard them, and she was talking to my mother. Yes? He was talking. When you go to the village, we have land. Can't you survive from land? We can. Right now, the man has his own house of 14 rooms. I mean bedrooms.
We're in the village or in Kampala?
In the village. 14 bedrooms.
Did you listen to yourself? We have land in camp in
the village. So you mean you here you don't have land?
I'm here. My mom is renting. Actually not everyone buying up properties in the background. So the boy of senior too, even don't know the family background.
Let me tell
my
you,
child.
success is not gonna lower itself to your standards, my dear friend. Success is not gonna lower its standards to you. It's you to use anything.
So you want me to go to the village?
Anything near you.
No,
That's what I told you.
That is what I'm saying.
Going to that village would be fine, but
you're having land wrangles.
No,
Okay. You're having land
that's
wrangles.
some families.
You get
the parents.
Okay, let's have a short break. We shall be back. Thank you.
Come back from that short break. So we are still talking about the causes. So we shall throw in just little details about the causes, then we shall go maybe to the possible solutions of how we can overcome abortion. So we're still talking about the causes. And I had brought in some other cause, though it was ignored. I had talked about, there is also this situation where a lady is pregnant and they're like, you either survive or the baby survives. What would you do?
Either the baby survives.
Yes.
But that is not abortion.
It's what? It's part of abortion. Because according to what we studied, like it was also, of course.
Before, let me say, you said to us that abortion is the forceful removal of the fetus before
it's actual time.
Before it's actual time. I don't think you can go into a labor, right? And like they reach an extent of deciding either the father, either the mother, or the child is supposed to survive.
It's very possible.
Before the time.
It's very possible because there are women who can't conceive. Is it having a small fallopian tube?
Yeah.
There are other specialists who will throw more details about it. Okay. But there's also this situation when you happen to get pregnant, and like it's either you or the baby to make it.
Yeah, when you give him back.
Not when you like. Okay, it depends. There are like some ladies can't carry a baby for more than 3 months, others for more than 4 months. You know?
Yeah.
And you're left with no option. They either tell you to abort or remain with that baby.
So if it's
if
it's you, the woman, what do you do?
I leave the baby to die. Hey. No,
it's yours.
No, like seriously, how will the baby survive when I'm out? Okay, he or she can, but the risks are low of the baby to survive, because she will need a mabede or munas. And you know, people the child siwawe, they tend to have this thing of so leaving my child to suffer, let me enjoy my life. I leave the kid to die.
I think when you reach that level of whereby the doctor tells you that let's say okay, there are very many scenarios where that can happen. But I think if you're willing to have the baby and the doctor tells you that okay, you cannot pass this stage or something like that, I think I would be pro letting. Okay, but it's always supposed to be abortion.
Yes, it's not. No, it's not always abortion. But then that thing is so expensive, like so expensive. You can remove the height, you can remove that thing, then omwana ne bamutwala mu incubator. But actually, my sister, like 3 of my sisters, were prematures. But think of incubator and the expensive. We are talking about life. I'm poor. Omusajja aganye omwana. Abortion is only 30K. But no, first wait. No, abortion. There's abortion of pills, and the one of Bioma. The Bioma is 300, 250. So we are talking about that. Abortion, no kubera no mwana incubation after 4 days it was costing 1.2. So 1.2 after 4 days. Ekyokulya toki. Seriously, I abort.
Let's say girls have this tendency. Let me ask you guys. Abawala mulina muze Coca-Cola. Last time batugamba ne sweater. Sweat hanger, some stupid Spice. Nonsense. Spice.
No, don't call it stupid nonsense. Because it's you guys are about to finish all the buto. Do we come from heaven to Zifuna?
Do you have come from heaven to Zifuna? Do I call you from heaven to come?
So you are still bringing the other point of sweaters.
Yes.
Yes, probably.
Sweaters. You say abortion. Yes, abortion is bad.
No, abortion is good.
Okay, let's say everything is good and bad.
That's why
it is bad.
China allows abortion. Is it China? Some countries.
No, those people have. Let me say, they have a limit. The children is supposed to give birth.
Let me tell you,
no, they don't allow. They don't. I don't think they support abortion on your first kid.
Yeah, it's because of the
overpopulation. They say
Uganda is also
no, it's overwhelming the resources.
No, but wait, I'm in the village. Tuli abaana 13. Baganda basimanya abaana bajeje wange bonna balese obwana bwabwe buli awo. Emmere munoga nsukusa. 5 of us to get in the pregnant. Seriously, temulina kyemulya mmwe mwekka. Kati ebyo mugenda okulya muyonsa abaana mugenda bijjawa. I really support abortion because Uganda tuli bangi.
Lwaki mukozesa amasweta ne Coca-Cola?
Ate what should we use nga tetulina sente? Ate what should
only what I not saying.
No,
You had a story at my former school. Like omwana from 6 yajjamu omwana omu ng'akozesa akawagi k'eggaali.
Just imagine. Just
And
imagine.
no, like serious.
That's when we are going to bring in most of the causes of the abortion. Normally ignorance, you get it. This is where someone is not certain of what is going to happen in the near future when he or she, when she aborts. Tuyinamu okutya omuzadde, fearing the parent, that generation gaps thing. You get. Tuyinamu ne poverty. You get. She couldn't afford going to the hospital. She talked about pills and but that's the money I knew we have taken already me. But you put it then you sit on her back. I didn't know it costs 30K. Nekati 30K we zamulemera. We had to go cause akawajike girl. Because she bled kata fail. Bleeding she was up, nengo say white to an extent of waiting about once, you know. Abali wansi, you know, she nearly died so we kateba gale, but just because they, you know, body handling a mouth, rushed to the hospital you get. Yes, that's the Kati is a Fatika was seriously.
Now
and remember that case okay, we are talking about different people. The that case is but then you can't tell someone, oh, what was the Rachel recorder? Enjoyment is for everyone. But then it's no, you guys listen to me. So that case is meaning tasobola kulabirira that child. Another only
so wala
no big one.
Yeah.
Wala no big one seriously. First is you've gone to a party, someone has put something into your drink or put on drink. That's what tagala to grab things or you wake up in the morning, you're in someone's bed, you're going
now in this country of ours, we are over 42 million people. We are over that because I think there's an estimate for the census. I think 70% we are youths. 70% of our population. 85. We are 85. Because I stopped knowing that we are 70. Okay, 85. We are youths. And on that 85, I think 50 point something they are girls. On the youths. So, and we have a small percentage of people who are good. Doctors, we are not allowed to
according to professional ethics.
To professional ethics. Let me ask, how are we going to wrap up this so that it decreases? Because I don't know whether it can really demolish away completely from the country.
I have a solution. Let the government let it not focus on we girls, cause a boy, these things of hit and run, as well as no, like something like 10 girls in one day. And like something like 7 or 5 to getting her pregnant. Among those 5, if a number to end up keeping other child, no, a big no. But then if they have this thing, preventing boys from making girls pregnant, like impregnating the girls, then that thing will be okay. Jaja, when you know, okay, like cause you boys cause that the most
recently
I
think the government failed to sign. President Museveni failed to sign on which law? Rape, what? Rape, and maybe this other misconduct of sex, isn't it? But then, Amna, you said the government should come in. But girls are given many privileges. When you go to the universities, your cut-out points are low. When, according to the marking, your marking is down to earth. everything. What do you want the government to give you to motivate you?
Not
I think I hear Mama Navagereka has a saka.
Yes.
They give you everything. What do you want?
But let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. These people focus on us, and actually, these people focus on people with money. With money. Muganda obato ina sente toyitawo. So we are talking about abortion to muleke, because someone can be like, all about in the richest family, or omuntu asobola gamba omwana wange yafunye olubuto, omanyi rich parents are kawaii. Nalumujjamu naluteka mu incubator, no one will know. Nasasula all the bills, but we are talking about the poor.
Okay, leaving all that, we as youths, as we are here, how are we gonna help people? Because now we want the solutions. We heard about, I think, rape. Someone can abort because of poverty, shame. There are many of them.
One, I think about overcoming that problem of ignorance. I think we shall have to sensitize the masses about the possible dangers of abortion. Okay, because like for example, when you happen to tell someone, hey, okay, we have seen many people coming up and they're like, I aborted and I can never conceive again. I can never have. We have an example of when my secretary, the former ex of Diamond Platnumz, she came up like she was like she aborted twice and she can never she was like she can never conceive. She can never conceive. So if I tell people, we as the youth, the government comes in, you know, we combine together, we are like, hey, if you abort, it might result into this and this. There's also a possible there's also a possible mean of dying through that abortion process. Okay. So I think it would be a solution in that if we happen to tell the masses that don't do this and this and this and this, okay, we tell them the consequences, it can help to overcome that problem of ignorance, hence eliminating or avoiding.
Within 1 minute each, let's at least a solution, effect and a solution. At least two of us, effect and a solution of abortion. Done.
An effect, I think there's death, and then there's, I don't know, guilt down the whole of your road, of your life. And then I think for the abortion amongst the teens, the youths, I think it is our duty, we who are still youths, to try to get the word out there. Because as we have found out right now, that there are very many misunderstandings about abortion and the causes and everything like that. But if we can remove that ignorance, then I'm sure that we can try to minimize and reduce the challenge of abortion in Uganda. Thank you.
Okay.
Me, effects will help death. There is, you know when you abort, then people get to know about it. You esteem.
Do you call it shame?
No?
Respect?
No, esteem.
Esteem.
Is lowered. Yeah. So, and I'm giving a solution. So we should know who we are. We should protect ourselves, and we should.
Okay. Let's talk to a specialist first, then we see. Hello. Let's go on and see. You can go on.
We should know who we are. If my parent is hard, they are hard, I can't go into sex. If I go into it, I should know that I should protect myself. Will protect myself. Over pills, over condom, over what?
No, protection is there, but this thing of, let me say, the pregnancy, or jifunye, you have protected yourself. So that's why we are saying that that you have a abortion, because your parents are tough. After doing what you've done, you've protected yourself, but then so you have to get an immediate solution, and that solution is abortion.
Okay,
Then
let's
you abort.
find a way of talking to a specialist and see what she will be talking about abortion. I think we shall also ask her one question per each question, then she will answer accordingly. Let's see. Hello. 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 How are you? Yes. Mama. So one person per each to ask you a question about abortion, maybe effect and the cause. Abra first.
I was asking, okay, like I'm asking, if at all I get pregnant, and the only solution is abortion, what advice would you give to me? Okay, get this situation. I mean, you name time. I'm pregnant, and they're going to check. At however checking, they are expelling me, and the only option is abortion.
I must say that the only option is abortion. If you are get aborted, or you are not somewhere, you can get mistura. Apart from that, you can live your life.
So what is mistura? Explain more about us about mistura.
You can get the damage from the power.
Yes. Okay, for more clarification, can you explain to us in Uganda so that we are clarifying more?
Mistura means osobola okufuna akawuntu kawano endotasokutonda omusumwe. That is the correct. Basobola okufuna treatment naye nga kisobola okulemera okufunya misula okutonya akawano nga ebiba biri mu kawano okutonya.
Then this world we are going into, I'm informed for like the least you can be educated in senior 4. I'm going for UNEB of senior 4 and I'm pregnant. If at all I decide not to abort, I'll be at home. When I stay at home, I have no job. I don't know the father of the child, or I know the father na ye aganya kola what's needed. So I sit and I be like, ngenda kola mudimuchi, something like that. Tomwana agenda kujya wa.
After giving back, you can go back to get money. Losing 1 year is not alone. Instead of losing your life.
Okay, someone else to ask?
You talked about, well, is it fistula? So, about fistula, so if I give birth when I'm young, I can also get fistula. So,
If you are not young, if you get it, I think you can get it. If you are younger or you are old, you can get it.
yeah.
It is an accident because it is when the doctors use using that test to abort that
Fetus.
it can take okay, I think I used to call them just the medium and call them that power way. No, it's spiritual power way. And go for that is true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Suppose you get a treatment, and use the managed treatment, then you get a complication from that treatment. Yeah?
Okay.
Or you can get the answers from that drug there. Yeah. Or solo kutawona, then you don't breathing for a longer time, right? Breathing, yeah. You can get the heavy breathing.
Okay. So,
Apart from that, solo okutadda mu kuzaala oyinza okubanga okoza abortion nga obulamu bwo obadde waludde kati okola abortion kitegeeza togenda kuddamu kuzaala.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
Something else. What we are asking is that, let me say I don't have money, I don't have anything like to go for those machines of abortion. Is there anywhere I can go other than using Coca-Cola for abortion, what and what, sweaters for abortion?
Yeah. Coca-Cola is not a part of what you are called, yeah? That is a local drug. Kubanga mukozesa Coca-Cola ate yekyekisemu obubi kubanga osobola okuba obwokutta kati oyasobola okufiiriramu ekiwalisalase ekyeffe endala osobola okukuzinga liwanisalase kubanga singa okolako kyetera tasesibwe yamwana n'amwolyamu munda bakujjamu esalasi yoyolisa.
Wow. So another question.
Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon. Mbadde mbuuza kati gwe nga gwe omukugu mu bino ebintu owabaana bubaka ki wabanga katugambe nga wabanga afunye olubuto nga tamanyi kintu kyakuzaako mu bulamu bwe, ali confused, talina ssente, talina buli kimu, naye nga ye okuva mu buto bwe alaba abantu nga ba-abortinga. Oyo omwana ng'oyo w'obuwala afunye olwo olubuto nga tugambe ne boyfriend wamudduseeko, omuwa bubaka ki, akole ki azzeeko ki mu bulamu bwe?
obaleka ekiteezere bakijja balimu ne basetinga omuntu oyo oba okusobola okugamba ku mikwano gyo nebagamba bakuseyo kati obwakakulaagamba naye gidoola kijja kuyamba bwetuki nebwetuki kubanga bwetudda mu byabulijjo birina ekijja okukulembesa obunawona amazzi naddala baana omuwala amazzi gati gasobola kuvako kulimukaobuutuga eka nowange alawakusi osobola n'okukula kutyo ya okoze abortion okunuulira yowa future ng'ate etakwonongeka eya future osobola okusubira bino ebyokumbi naye ng'ate mumaaso waliyo
yenyabo
kati era n'abaana batwali kukola basa omugamba mubuzi bwange muzeemu amaanyi ngambe mwezeemu amaanyi omwana mukozesa n'abazadde kuba netubatuusa
kati kyogamba n'omwana omulenzi alina okwogeramuko n'abakulu omwana talina mulekerera
yayogera mu bazadde be
naye mama abazadde simuli bange
naye kati gwe ennyabo obudde bubadde nga bugenda kuggwa naye twayita mu ddakiika emu owe abazadde obubaka bwayagala obubatuusaako omwana wawe wajja n'abagamba nti no alina olubuto kubanga abazadde abasinga si bangu
omwana asobola n'amaliza naddala ate kisobola okuba nga kimulimbiri banaatasomye ajja kubako kyamuyamba abasale tuliwo gamba abaana tulikiza twalayo kweyongera kubanga ekyo omwana alina obwongu ng'alowooleza onomuga
nyabo ojatso naye obudde bubadde butuweddeko weebale nnyo byonna byonna byotugambye katusuubire abazadde obubaka mubufunye n'abaana mutegedde omukugu kyagambye tweyanza nnyo nyabo siba bulungi
tutuwulidde kati simanyi kikyetuzaako. Now I think fenga ffe tukikoleddewo tutya because this is a very big thing situtasobola kuleka mu bbanga.
You're telling me, I tell my parents over Mpaluganga over the pastor, some of us, I fear even my parents' friends, but I
no, she was like friends. You can't stay without a friend. Okay, you can be having friends, but every friend I know their part. I can have 3 friends. Sisola munyumiza mwana gwe leero tetwalidde. Ate ono sola mugamba mwana gwe nagenze mu bbaala. Nga ono bwe nina ogamba mwana gwe twagenze mu bbaala ono mugambe mwana gwe leero tetwalidde. So you have that friend gojo gamba, you know what, I'm pregnant. She will give you her advice, or she will be like, let me seek advice on your behalf and I'll be telling you.
But still, we also have friends who can sit with ill advise us.
Okay,
That's also another challenge.
We are time barren, but every person, as I said, you're supposed to have a friend who is a friend to your parents. And I think a close friend to your parents.
That's very hard.
It's
Then
very
maybe
hard.
if you're passing someone
Yeah.
who is in the same age,
Yeah.
like with the parents, you get. Because there are some parents who have this mentality, oh, hey, she is my friend. You approach her like, where am I, you know? Their parents who have that mentality. They're like, where am I, where am I,
Okay, this is, as I have said, this is a very big topic, other than because it drives us to many topics. How are the parents related? How are the children related? How is the community related? The environment, everything. Maybe the leaders, how are they related to this? It is a very big thing. How are we going to do to at least try to sensitize the masses? Because I think the only solution we can do as we is to sensitize the masses.
Sensitize the masses. There is also confiscating the licenses of the doctors, whereby if one is caught in act, or if one is proven to be guilty that he or she involved in the act of abortion. Yes, then I think confiscating his documents would be the best thing.
Would be the best. For me, as we are going to, I think we should get either a handbook or another program to at least find a solution of this. Because we have the two topics, teenage pregnancy and abortion. They are very big, because many of them, when you see the lockdown, many of them are not going to go back to school.
And COVID-19 is part of it.
So, COVID-19 is part of it, but we need to bring up those people and at least bring others that passed through the same thing to explain to us how did they do it.
The only solution I have, yes, abortion might be there, but then new children, we should be careful and know what we want, and we get to have something in the mind that good things are always ahead. So the best option is prevention, because prevention is better than cure. So just prevent for the few years or something like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
that's
hand
the
over the
only.
microphone to the host.
So the show is almost coming to its climax, but before we end the show, I would like each one of us at least to throw his or her last words to the people watching this show. Jolly Jane.
To me, this is a very big thing and matter. It concerns us. I have many friends that have gone through the same thing. Some of them have given back, which is good. Some of them have lost their lives. Some of them have aborted. And many scenarios. But what I can say is, future is not at the near future you see. The future is now. What you decide today determines what you will be tomorrow. You can go ask your parents or ask someone else, what did you do to go through this? It's not the end. It's not almost the end. When you get pregnant, abortion is not the only solution. You have many solutions. Thank you.
Yeah, I would end by, abortion is never the solution. And I would advise you to just prevent yourself from causes that may lead to abortion. Yeah, thank you.
So yes, according to me, thank you for watching. But I would like to advise anyone there who maybe is pregnant, maybe the dad, maybe the boyfriend has denied. It's not the end. Okay, there is a future ahead of you. Okay, the solution is not to carry out an abortion. You know, it doesn't mean that a bad beginning will mark a bad ending. No, it's not that. Just stay strong, be courageous, don't abort. We have seen a lot of single mothers. We are having a lot of people who have really inspired us. So abortion is not a solution. And on behalf of that, another thing is that abortion is real murder. abortion is real murder. When you happen to abort, you're committing a sin in front of God, and you will be judged. So just stay strong. I wish you the best. Abstinence is the best thing to do. Abstain if you can. If you can't, then do what is required. Let me hand over the microphone to my colleague.
Yeah, thank you. My climax is we should protect ourselves. We shouldn't get ourselves fixed into a point where we are going to reach a point where we are aborting. So we should protect ourselves before anything happens, until we're ready for pregnancy. Thank you.
Well, to me, this goes out to you, little girl. You're confused right now. You don't know what to do. You're pregnant. You're perplexed. You have very many ideas going through your mind. Let me tell you something. A problem shared is half solved. So if you feel like you do not know what to do, many, even the specialists say that she advised that speak to someone who you think is better and someone who has more knowledge, more understanding, so you can be able to come up with the perfect solution for your circumstance. And you can always keep tuned on WCA TV. We shall be tackling more and more of these issues. Thank you very much.
Yes. From those wonderful words we have heard from these beautiful and handsome people, I just want to wish you the best. Catch us next Tuesday, same time, same place. Thank you for watching WCA TV. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you so much for being part of us. Really appreciate it. Bye-bye.